Hello and good evening, one and all, to what is round 7 of the GT3 Championship here, GT3 Festival here on Le Mans Ultimate. My name's Aidan, and we're into qualifying actually with everyone here on LMU. I'm just waiting for actually to try and get the app working. That would definitely help as well. There we go. Qualifying is underway about 10 minutes ago, and the majority of the cars are on circuit with lap times on the board. But however, first of all, in the comms booth with me, as usual on a Monday night, it is the wonderful Ben Meyer. Good evening, Ben.
Good evening. I see we're starting with the level of professionalism that we always mean to carry on with. We're all good.
Yeah, talking about.
Well, in a few minutes into qualifying, first laps from a lot of people on the board. Currently, Aidan Carter up at the top with a 1:46.4. Pretty decent lap for Imola. It's a well-known track. We've done a lot of racing in LMU on Imola already. So but it's a good challenge for these drivers. Very difficult to pass. You can get it done, but these guys are going to have to be fighting very hard to get through these chicanes.
They are indeed. We said that Aidan Carter was top. He's actually been pipped by a couple of drivers, quite significantly. Chris Downing, 0.1 second quicker than Aidan Carter, who's actually been pipped by Matt Townsend by a matter of 2/1000th of 2/10ths of a second, should I say? Yeah,
Downing has gone top by, well, it was by a clear second there. I don't think that's his first lap. I think that's his second lap. But first, to get into the 145s, we could very well see 144s here.
Well, we are about to find out, as I think Chris Downing is on lap. He's going purple in the first sector, so you may see the first 144 here. Well, actually, you know what? We'll jump on board. If it were let me, there we go.
Yep, through the chicane, down towards the Tozers. Nice tight line in through the first part. This is going to be one of the prime overtaking spots in this race. You get a lot of slipstream down to that first left-hander.
Indeed I do. Coming out on the exit of that final chicane, it looks like to be a good lap. Purple middle sector as well. Will it be a good lap? He comes to the line.
2 tenths up on his dash. Yeah, 4 tenths clear. Finds that extra 2 tenths. I don't think anyone else has found a lap there yet. Oh, Andrea Malvone has just dipped his car into the gravel on the exit of the chicane, so that's going to do for his lap. He's 6 tenths down on his best.
Yeah, somehow don't think that's going to quite work out for him, but we'll stick with the lap and see what happens.
Matt Townsend goes up into second, goes back up there. Finds a 10th, but the margins are very fine. Everyone does know this track very well. This is a perennial favourite of
It is, yes, of all drivers here, both on AC as well. We've seen it featuring a couple of times, and of course ACC once we were running those. Watch this space, we may actually see a bit more ACC coming up, not on stream, but daily racing just being launched as well for oNiD. ACC is back with AC as well, so keep your eye open for special events, but for now it is Malvone not able to set a time. Well, he has set a time, should I say, but it's not quick enough for pole position. Still down in third. I'm just having a look up and down my timing screen.
Couple of goes. I think Petr Jelinek is on a very good lap. He's not quite up there to go top yet, but he's 6 tenths up on his best time. 8 tenths. He's getting there.
Petr Jelinek.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, no, Alfie Bevan rather.
I was about to say.
In the Lambo. Sorry, I was hovering over Petr's name on my screen and that threw me. This could go top.
Coming to the line, indeed he is. And it's not quite enough.
Oh, very close.
That first sector hurt him. 0.6 of a second loss. Alfie gets an Aiden Carter, however, gets to the line, pulls off, but does a lap good enough for second. 0.1 of a second off. Chris Downing's best time.
Yep, Aiden back in the pits. I think he's going for another run. He's got plenty of time left to do it.
Does indeed. Let's have a look up and down our timing screens. Who's doing what? I believe Nick Manchester just come to the line. No, he didn't go to the line. That was someone just improved, and I just missed him on the timing tower. We'll stick with Fusco, who's on the lap, doing some personal bests, and looks to be maybe getting up into maybe the top 5. Potentially, we'll see what he can do. Goes across the final chicane. There's a little kink to the right, and it'll be the start finish line. And ninth will now become still 9th. No, well,
oh no, pops to 6th, does Fuskin.
Oh, he does. Towing tower slowly updating.
Slight delay on the towing tower.
Indeed, it was.
I will say our top 3 in the championship are not on the front row at the moment. Aiden Karsh and Alfie Bevan are P1 and P2 in the championship. Fusion in the wall. Neither one of them able to find that pole time, and Alfie is probably, although Alfie might be about to get very close to it.
Find out. It becomes to the line. Second.
3 hundredths off.
Very, very close for Alfie. Yeah. Goes for another lap straight away by the looks of it. He's continuing to push.
Yeah, he is in what I would say is probably the best GT3 car out there at the moment. I am biased. I'm driving it myself on Wednesdays at the moment, but it is incredibly stable. It's very quick, and it goes... and I'm yet to meet a circuit it doesn't do well at.
Absolutely. He's down on the first sector as Alfie. We'll stick with him, actually. And let's jump on board. Listen to the roar of that Lamborghini engine.
Alfie's dash is showing him as 3/10 up.
Yeah,
which
he's found
will
time.
be enough to get him onto pole.
Indeed it is, and he's finding time. He goes through here. He's lost time here though. Loses attempts going up through Imola.
That was a bit of a twitch as he went through that low section there. He's got to nail the chicane now.
Oh.
Big bout of counter steer out the chicane. That has cost him.
He needs to get these last couple of corners absolutely spot on.
If he can nail the core of these 2 corners, he might still be able to pull himself up. It's only 300ths.
It's mighty close.
Get the exit. I think he might do.
He's finding time. He's finding time with his dashboard. Will jump back to trackside. This could be a new pole up. Only just.
It's going to be very close. Yep, there he goes.
Yep, and that's it. And we wait for a timing tower to update, and it's a 144.827. Downing pipped to second. And Alfie reclaiming his pole position.
The question is, what does Downing have? He has just come across the line.
He's starting a lap.
He only needs to find a 10th. Matt Townsend puts Alfie 300ths down. These are some tight margins going into this race.
Oh boy. Oh dear Lord. We'll see what these guys can do. I'm just keeping an eye on the sector times. I'm looking. What's Downing doing? He is sector 1, 0.07. No, he's trying to read the time. He's down first sector, 0.3 of a second. He will just about get to the line in time to start another lap. Only just, mind you.
It is Mustang from Lamborghini, from BMW, from a pair of Corvettes. It is going to be very interesting off the line.
It is absolutely.
Tell you what, Maloney and Carter are doing wonders with the Corvette at the moment. It's reputed as being a very difficult car to drive.
Well, purple first. Yeah, you're saying purple first sector for Malvone. And we'll stick with him.
They're consistently up at the top end.
And riding on board in Malvone, up 0.3 of a second, just up 0.6 of a second now. He's found a shed load of time.
Brilliant exit from Imola. He's found half a second there alone. Gets it through the chicane, nicely done. Loses a couple of hundredths, but that's chump change. That's nothing. Just needs to hold it through the toesers. Toes 1 finds time. This is lap of the gods territory, this one.
He's only got one more kick to go.
Even if he gets across, he's gonna maybe just about have time to go again if he needs to.
He won't. That's checkered flag for him.
Gets across.
It's quickest.
2 tenths clear at the top there. Found 0.8 of a second on that lap.
Townsend hasn't improved. What's Alfie doing? Personal best first sector is on a lap.
3 tenths. He's only 0.08 up at the moment.
Townsend won't improve. Alfie is personal best. Oh, he runs wide out like chicane now.
Yep, Downing has stopped.
It's not all gone for Alfie. Look at his dashboard. 0.1 of a second slower than his best. He loses time going through there though. He gains a little bit back on acceleration. It's going to be all about this exit here if he can find time.
It's not going to be enough.
It's not going to be enough. He dives to the pits.
No, pulls to the pits. Nearly takes the pit wall with him. Anton Temenga found time there. And that will put him up to P6. Very nice lap from him at the very end there.
Absolutely. Just keep an eye on what Scotty's doing. Angela Scott.
She was mowing the grass last time I looked.
Oh, brilliant. The times may be a bit respectful of that, and this may be just a dive for the pits. They're definitely not improving. Indeed, here's a dive to the pit lane. The only other car that is on track is Nick Manders. No, he's gone back to the pits as well.
Dave Wood comes across the line.
Does he improve? I don't think he does a note stage, but and that, folks, I believe, is that.
That was a very tight qualifying session.
It was.
But what a lap from Andrea Malvone in the Corvette.
It was a fantastic lap. I'm just trying to get the results up from that qualifying session.
Good luck.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's going to let me, which is brilliant.
Okay, if I can recap, it is Andrea Malvone on pole from Matt Townsend, Alfie Bevan and Chris Downing line up on row 2. Aidan Carter and Anta Temenga make up row 3. Peter Jelinek and Angela Scott on row 4. Frank Dorick and Dave Wood on row 5. Matthias Huskin and Alan Axon on row 6. Josep Nazarian and Nick Manders on row 7. P15 Simon Harris from P16 Ben Brown. Zach Silver and Max Farrell, Richard Ashford and Stefan Reinhardt, Andy Hearn and Luke Labbs, Charlie Morgan and Frank Vevick in P23 and 24, Jarrett Page and Tim Bobb in P25 and 26, and to round up the field, Olaf Badedge and John Cotty in P27 and 28.
Oh, cool. Need to figure out what's going on with this overlay.
You might need to rewind to get that yellow rattle those
off. Oh my goodness.
We do what we can.
We do indeed. Now it works.
Of course.
Of course it does. And so we'll go, now we need to get it all working again. Alvaro Malvone, Townsend, Bevan, Downing, Carter, Temenga, Jenlek, Scotty, Dorick, Wood, your top 10. And then it's
an echo in here.
I know, right? Fusken, Axon, Nazarian, Manders, Harris, Brown, Silver, Farrell, Ashford, Reinhardt, Hearn, Labs, Morgan, Vevick, Page, Bob, Smith, Badedge, and Cotty, making up your grid for tonight's race.
John Cotty is in fact in chat saying he's staying last. It's his first time on Imola. That's it's a track to jump in on.
Yes, absolutely. He's going to have a wonderful time, I'm sure. As we now go to the rolling start, essentially, as cars end up side by side going through this first sector, and soon they will take to the race.
Someone with a connection issue.
Oh, we are indeed. We will just hang fire for a moment.
I think that's Jarrett Page.
Oh dear, that's not good.
Yeah, Jarrett, that's a connection that's gone a bit wrong.
Oh dear, and we will just await for this race start. And they're going to come to the line. It'll be 60 minutes worth of racing, or an hour 10, I can't remember. It's an interesting one.
It is an hour and 5 minutes.
Hour 5, I was almost there, it's fine. And we are away for this race this evening for the GT3 Festival round 7 here at Imola. It's side by side for the leaders, Malvone and Townsend, trying to figure out who's going to be leading down to turn 1. In the background, Downing looks to be quite handy in terms of trying to make a move. Jarrett Page has had an incident in the background. We'll jump to him in a moment. There's a yellow flag out for that, as it looks like the leaders get away reasonably well, and it is Malvone that leads. Downing getting up in the order. It's contact between Townsend and Bevan. Bit of door banging going through turn 3. As they now figure out who's going to lead the way down to turn 4. Bevan holds, though he doesn't hold. They're still side by side. There's contact, and that is, it's Townsend round into the wall.
Yeah, that's a big hit as well. That's the wing gone off that Mustang. I mean, how much air a Mustang needs is beyond me, but
no, exactly. We will bear that in mind. We'll hopefully get a replay of that in a few moments' time. But Matt Townsend all the way down and being overtaken by a few cars, actually. So where is he? I think there he is. Oh yeah,
that's right down P27.
That's a GT4 looking car. Oh,
Jarrett Page. Yeah, that was a bit too much. I think that might be a dead engine.
No, he's still got
He's
the
still
life.
got
Yeah, he has life.
Jarrett Page has disconnected. Something went very wrong with his connection there. We did see that happening off the start.
We're going to get a replay of what happened. This is Matt Tanner. This is his second spin, actually, so we need to get the first spin that he had, which was this one, and we'll see how it all unfolded. Side-by-side contact with Alfie, basically, in that... oh, that's a big yap. That's a whack.
You're on the inside, it's a difficult place to get that move done. We have two drivers taking drive-throughs, Alan Axon and Andy Hearn. I'm guessing they got those off the start.
Yeah.
And neither will be very happy about it, I imagine.
No, exactly. Let's have a look. We said it was Jarrett Page and Petr Janelek having an issue on lap 1. Let's see if this will work. Indeed it will. Oh, hello. That is Petr into the gravel pit.
That looks to be Frank Doric as well.
Yeah.
Who is now down in the rear of the pack.
Indeed, they are.
It is one of those tracks. We've seen it happen at Imola before. It's a very tight track to get through with all these cars.
It is indeed. However, the race will continue with there's a couple of losses, sadly. Townsend has made it back to the pits, and as you said, Page showing there's a lap down, but has those connection issues. It's Malvone and Downing leading the way as it stands, and Malvone's not having it all his way. Downing is actually keeping touch and has gained positions from his qualifying position of 4th.
Has indeed, and he's not far off the back of that Corvette, and that's a big old chunk of BMW, the GT3 chasing him down.
Yep, absolutely. So,
watching the side of Downing's car, it looks like he's got a very evenly split brake balance. Both sets of brakes glowing cherry red into that first turn.
Yes, very much so. So that BMW looking like it's pretty much set on rails, but needs to get past this rolling road block of the Corvette.
I take it back. I think he might have a bit more towards the rear, which will help the car turn in. So it will make it a little bit twitchy, shall we say, especially if you try and brake when you're going very fast.
No, of course.
It will make the car very manoeuvrable, and that Beamer's a great car. It's a great cruiser of a GT3 car. It's never been the most manoeuvrable, but if you set it up right, it's going to give you the shot. And Downing is looking very close to the back of Malvone now.
He's even looking very much closer. Simon Harris losing out of position to that is Silver and Reinhardt.
Yep, Zach Silver has come up to P13 there.
Oh, that's a car round.
That
was a car round. That was Matthias Fusken. He's had a spin and a chicane. We'll see what happened. Yellow flags were being waved. We'll jump to it. Oh, was he just potentially tapped round there ever so slightly by the BMW behind him? Was it Alexis?
I'm not sure how that'd be. Yeah, Jarrett Page's computer crashed.
Oh dear. Well, hopefully we'll be back for next time. I don't think it will let you rejoin the session during the race, sadly.
It does not,
unfortunately not. So we'll hopefully see them back for the season finale next week, which is, I believe, at Le Mans.
Next week will be... It is indeed Le Mans, yes.
Cool. Got that right. I got it right for the first time in ages. but it's the final round, so got there in the end. As we see Matthias, as we said, having a spin now, having to recover 21st position. He finds himself in with Morgan and the Aston right ahead of him. Zach Silver has also had an incident. We'll just jump to that replay in a moment. We'll see if Matthias can make the move on the Aston, not through this middle sector. He's got a Ferrari behind him as well, looking quite racy. I believe that is Petr Genelak also recovering.
It is.
It is. Oh. So just had a replay. Sorry to interrupt you. That was a very random replay of Zach Silver. I think having a connection issue as he went kind of, let's say, sideways, unnaturally, into the kitty little at the final turn.
Oh dear. He is back in the pits now.
Is indeed. First game.
Yeah, that looks like he's out.
Yeah, absolutely. Townsend has returned to the pits and it's now a DNF I've just spotted. So he's now completely retired from the session. And we'll hopefully see him back next week fighting for those top positions that we were hopefully expecting him to fight for. Unfortunately, what didn't go all his way, and some unfortunate car contact has sadly meant that he's left the session.
Unfortunately so. We encourage all our drivers to get repaired and carry on. You never know what will happen throughout the race, but we keep onwards. There are still plenty of drivers out there putting in plenty of racing action. Chris Downing's still on the back of Andrea Malvone. Yep, Zach Silver in the official chat saying his connection dropped hard for a second, and that's put him in the wall.
Yep, and that was that. As we see now, Nick Manders, you're very right. Chris Downing not letting Malvone get away from the lead. However, some other interesting battles happening up and down the field. Manders quite reasonably close to Ben Brown for 8th position, and the new Lamborghini that's just recently been added to Le Mans Ultimate, showing quite a favourite car for some of these drivers here.
Yep, it's a new car on new car. It is Nick Manders, the Lamborghini chasing down the Lexus.
You raise a very good point, sir, and indeed it is. They'll go down into the start-finish straight. The car 60 of Nick Manders is not going to be close enough here, I don't think, to make a move into turn 1 unless he gets a decent slipstream, but I think that Lexus is just holding the straight line over the Lamborghini, and I think they're just pulling each other along a little bit here.
It is a little bit. It's a hard car to get a hold of, the Lexus, but Ben Brown seems to be doing pretty well with it. That Lambo, I have a bit of bias, but from what I've driven, it's probably the best car in the game right now.
Yeah,
best GT3 car. It is incredibly easy to drive and very easy to drive quickly.
Yes, indeed. Now Downing's Malvone's actually extended the gap to Downing. 1.2 seconds now is the gap for the lead, so I think they're going to calm down a little bit. Let's have a look and see what's happening. Oh, that's a spin as we're following Nick Manders.
Oh, that's a pity.
Get a replay of that, if it'll let us.
Leading on those tyres, this new tyre model is a bit vicious. If you start to...
Let's have a look, and yep, you're right. Was not the way to do
just
it.
A bit too much on it.
And now he's down to 10th. He's now fighting with Nazarian for that position to get back again. Oh,
he has only lost one place, which is not too bad, really.
Oh, apologies. He's defending from the Lambo behind. I will stand corrected.
Yeah, it's two Lambos. There's Nazarian's in a Ferrari up front. Nick Manders is defending from Simon Harris.
Oh, I stand corrected. Yes, apologies. Yes, it's Simon Harris that is following, and Reinhardt not too far behind either. And that's And that's
And has,
Chevy.
oh, Harris got a couple of wheels on the grass, gets into the wall hard.
Well, that's commentator's
round. Yep, spin it round. He might have got away with it. Let's have a look at his onboard. Steering wheel straight. I think he'll have some body damage. But hopefully he hasn't lost too much in the way of downforce there.
Hopefully, we'll see. No, it's not going to still replay, of course not. That's fine. I was hoping to get something else on replay, but no. Obviously not.
The fight continues. Stefan Reinhardt on the back of Nick Manders. It is Corvette on Lamborghini. The battle of the angular cars here.
Yeah, very much so. As we'll see, going through Imola, that's all cars getting engine very well, but actually that McLaren, I think that's Doric getting a good run through as well.
He's looking very composed, and he's right up on the... Problem is, it's very hard to make that chicane into an overtaking spot. If you try, there will be contact. You kind of have to accept it, but if you can get alongside, you can at least make it clean contact, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. Oh, getting very close on the brakes, almost pushing the Corvette through the penultimate turn. Is that McLaren?
I think he'll lose out a little bit here in the straight line. McLaren not quite as rapid on the power as the two cars in front, but through the chicanes, I think he might have a chance to close up.
Trying, but that Corvette is also looking at that point, especially turn one, looking quite close to the Lamborghini ahead of him.
One thing I'll say, it's all mid-engine cars.
These. Oh, and Doric had to think about making a move, but backs out of it right at the last moment.
It's like the mid-engine cars have absolutely come alive since that last update.
Have a deal. Look at the run.
That's a great run from Doric. Gets to the inside. He's gonna have it's gonna be very hard to outbrake here and stay on the line. Does it? But and the Corvette has to back out. Reinhardt hanging out to dry around the outside there.
Yep, that's moved done and dusted, and that battle.
They are catching Nazarian.
Yeah, exactly. The battle now is going to be see if Nazarian could hold these guys off.
They were about 6 seconds off the back of him. They're now down. They've got it down to about 3.
Absolutely. Right, we're going to go to a replay very briefly. Ben Brown having a spin. This is a replay of Ben Brown. I'm not sure why the graphics are saying it's live timing. It's incorrect, and I think it just has a little half spin all his own. So had to go through Imola.
Yeah, hold on to that P8 spot there. He's got enough of a buffer either side. But he's now trying to chase down Angela Scott, who's about 1.5 seconds up the road from him.
Here they are. And speaking of Angela Scott, they also had a spin of their own previously into the first sector, clips the wall.
That's not going to make that. I mean, if there's one car you can probably survive it, it's the Mustang. But it's never going to be a pleasant feeling.
No, it's not in at all. And the graphics just briefly having an issue here. Bear with us, folks. As we just hopefully give it a bit of a reset and say, come on, you need to work. There we go. We are back, just about. But yes, Angela Scotty having their own spin and a bit of an issue as let's see what's happening up front. Oh, 5 seconds.
Malvona's checked out. He's just found a bit of clear space and has absolutely just checked out into the distance. He's through the second toaster before Downey even gets into the first one.
Luke Labs having an issue, so you jump to him, he's recovering. Going through the middle sector and wonder what's happened now. Hopefully get a replay and the graphics will work this time. As gets onto the graphic. Oh, yeah, that Ferrari. Oh, was going to hit the wall. No, just avoids the wall. Oh, that was lucky.
And he's now got Imola right on his rear bumper.
Yes, he has indeed. And
It's
Axon's
for
looking racy.
P19. No, P20.
Yep, it is for P20 and 21st. Axon trying to now chase down the recovering Luke Labs into the final 10. They go Ferrari versus Ferrari.
Had a good run there as well. Labs positioning the car well, but he's going to be pulling his fellow Ferrari all the way towards the first chicane.
Is indeed, and will stick in the slipstream, peeks out the slipstream to get to the inside line.
Going to be on the brakes.
Oh, they go side by side. They give each other space.
Yeah, Labs closed it off there. Good racecraft from Alan Axon as well. He saw that even though he got alongside, if he tried to stay there, he'd just lose out as they went through the second part of the Tamburello chicane.
Yeah, absolutely. So Alan, I think, will just hang fire for a little while. I'm going to jump back up to 11th, 10th as the Frank Doric battle between them and Luke Manders is heating up a little bit. Still trying to get past. Made the move on Reinhardt a couple of laps ago, and now wants to get past that Lamborghini.
Yeah, Doric very close on. They're still closing down Hovzep Nazarian.
Yes, they are indeed.
2 seconds, well, almost exactly 2 seconds off. They've made up about 1.1 seconds since the last time we checked in with them, which was a couple of laps ago.
Ugh.
You'd almost say it's worth, if you're a Doric, it's worth sitting behind Manders, just sticking in the slipstream, keeping up with him until you're on the back of that Ferrari in front.
Yeah.
Because he's matching pace. Nick's looking very fast in the Lambo, but the McLaren's matching pace with him.
No, indeed. It may be wise just to hang off for the moment and see what they can do. And move up a bit more up the order than they are already, but Matt Doric looking to. I think they were just backing off a little bit. Now we have had another.
Yellow flag somewhere.
It is Charlie Morgan. Let's see what's happened with Charlie. As goes like, oh. Oh, what's the shoulder brakes? Oh.
Trying to get it turned around.
We're still there and all.
Yep. Gets it done, gets on the power, carefully comes back on the outside of the corner. Nicely done. He has dropped a long way, but he is back on John Cotty, and I don't think he's taken too much damage there from the looks of it.
I don't think so. The only damage, but oh yeah, careful!
He's already looking racy, wants to make those places back.
It's a better battle with John Cotty, who's had a very eventful race himself, down in 22nd. But yeah, oh no, I think that's his. Actually, commentator's cursor.
I think John might be letting him go there. No, maybe not.
Or not.
Offensive move. Just very slow, kind of big jump of a handful of counter steer from Charlie there as they get through the chicane.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll stick with it and see what you can do. So next overtaking spot will be here if he's later on the brakes. No one thinks better of it. It's probably wise. Oh, and Cotty, I think just gives him space.
Yeah. I think John knew there was only so long he was going to be able to hold Charlie behind. As he said, it's his first time on the circuit.
Yep.
So he's just getting experience in at the moment, seeing what places he can pick up.
Do not blame him. He'll continue and he'll continue to race and he'll continue to learn. Let's see what's happening with Petr Genelec, who is under threat from Simon Harris in that Lamborghini.
Yep, and they're both threatening Richard Ashford in the McLaren ahead of them. So that's a three-way fight on the go for P13.
It appears to do. Oh,
Correct.
actually, we'll just
No.
jump up to Nick Manders, who's dropped a position to Nazarian, I do believe, and now has Frank and Dale back on their tile.
He's been chasing Hazarian.
I stand corrected.
In fact, he's got much closer.
Yep, that's actually correct. Yep, I'm with you on that one. And but look at Doric though in that McLaren electing to stay in the section. There's a yellow flag, and that's Andy Hound having a spin. We'll jump to that in a moment to see what happens and see if this battle concludes. It's the inside line for turn 1.
On the inside, can he do it on the brakes? Oh, that's a
door bang.
A lot of door to door.
It is, and that's going to raise the eyebrows of the serious pace race, I would reckon. But in the background, Doric now is under threat from Reinhardt.
Yeah, I think Doric backed out of it, realised the door to door was happening, and went, no, right, not going to take the place that way.
Oh, let's just jump to replay, and there was the yellow flag for Andy Hearn as we now follow him going down into Aqua Minerale on the inside of the car. Oh, that's a nudge. I couldn't quite tell who that was.
McLaren. That might have been Cotty.
Oh, I think it was. Yeah,
Matt Hollins with the boops in chat. That was a bit more than a boop, that one. more of a elbow or a punch. Oh, Cotty goes wide. Saves it, however, before the first hairpin. There's another yellow flag for Max Farrell. Now this is a replay, folks. The overlay electing not to tell us that, but oh, I said to the wall as well. So we can carry on. No, he's got broken suspension.
No,
and now he's broken. I think he's busy breaking the rest of the car here as well.
Oh, he had a wobble.
Yeah, what suspension he had left, he's now gotten rid of.
Yeah, weight loss, performance saving. It's fine. He needs to possibly just take it easy. He has missed the pit lane for this up.
Yeah, he's a long way from the...
He's struggling to control that car as well.
A very broken car. And he's got the leaders coming through.
The leaders have now gone through. Oh, he's continuing.
Doric in the pits.
Oh.
That looks like a drive-through. I'm guessing for track limits.
Oh dear. That's not a scheduled pit stop, so they will continue. They will have to make a pit stop this race. Usually we see those pit stops come later than most, towards the end of the race in the last 20-30 minutes.
Also pit stop, he's back up at 98% virtual energy. He's trying for a big undercut.
Interesting.
He's got the pace to do it as well, to make places up. Clear air now.
Okay. That's a strat.
It's quite doable. You go early enough, and then make sure that you've got enough to get to the end. Now you can just go flat out for the rest of the race.
Absolutely. Now there's been a change of position that I just see there. For Nazarian, he's dropped actually a couple of positions.
He must have had anything because he's dropped to both Nick Manders and Stefan.
Just trying to see where he is. Where is he on track? What position?
He is currently P11.
Yes, indeed. Can't see anything obvious. If we can get a replay of any issues at all. This is about 20 seconds ago. I think he may have just had an issue coming out the final turn, possibly. We're not going to quite get the replay. See if there's an issue to turn 1. No, it was definitely before that, so we've missed that one.
In the meantime, in terms of battles, Ben admin battle. Ben Brown rides on the back of Angela Scotti. She's driving out of her skin to try and gain a little bit of gap over the Lexus behind.
They are also Alfie Bevan catching Chris Downing for third. Just noticed.
Okay, we've missed that because Aidan Carter was down in fourth and has jumped both these guys.
Ooh. We did. How interesting. Well, we'll jump to Alfie, who's right on the tail of Chris Downing. I'm going to look at that defensive move. Aidan's going to keep the Lamborghini there until right last moment. Sorry, Alfie's going to keep the Lamborghini there until the very last moment, should I say. As they follow each other through the second chicane and into the hairpin. Bit of a wide line for Lambo, looking for the cutback, trying to get a better run through the corner. He has got a run, but the BMW really goes defensive.
Maybe I was wrong. Maybe Aidan's always been up there because if it did happen, it happened it did happen quite a long way back on lap 10 that he got past Downing and Bevan.
I think so. I think that was the case. But we'll stick with this battle regardless. Bevan very much right on the tail of BMW. Gets squeezed to the outside.
Yeah, that was very much a bump draft. Alfie settles back in behind that big old BMW. That big touring car-like shape. It will be punching a massive hole in the air for this Lamborghini.
It will be, absolutely. The BMW being a bit of a bulkier car and the Lambo very much a bit more streamlined, let's say.
Well, it's a wedge.
It is a wedge.
So it will, but the airflow across it is very, very good.
It's a cheese wedge on wheels, is that Lamborghini, so... That was a very random... I don't know. That was...
Now, yeah, he's right in the slipstream, closing again. Looks to the outside.
Oh, darts back to the inside. Oh, last minute, thinks better of it. Oh, dear Lord, Alfie.
Don't think there was any real intent for a move there. The base, he was trying for all sorts of angles. That's a big old squeeze across from Downing there. Was very much guarding the inside line into the second chicane.
It absolutely was. And Alfie, all things about the inside, get his nose chopped off. Oh no,
oh,
the whole spin!
He's not. He is in the wall. It was a light touch in the wall.
Oh,
and that drops him down to P6.
It does, with Dave Wood and Anton Temenga getting past him.
Neither of whom are going to be easy drivers to get back past.
Oh, he's going to be cursing himself, isn't he?
Yeah,
Alfie.
I think that was a little bit much of a little bit heavy on the right foot, and that's all it needed to just turn him round.
He's rather eager, wasn't he, to get going? A bit too eager, as the battle now is for third position, or fourth position actually. It's between Wood and Temenga. Downey's got a bit of clear space now for about 4.5 seconds. He can relax a little bit and know that Alfie's going to have to get past these two drivers to re-challenge for that third position.
Right. While I'm here, let's do a little bit of a virtual energy check.
Yes.
Right. Asian car, Andrea Malvone up at the front is on 35% virtual energy. Aidan Carter, 38%. I think Aidan's fuel saved a bit, which will give him an extra fast lap.
Okay.
Chris Downing, 36. Dave Wood, 36. Anton Temenga, 37. Alfie Bevan, can't tell because the Lambo doesn't show it.
How antisocial.
Really helpful, that bit. So that's the top 6. They are all within 20 seconds of each other. So an undercut for this long pit, because this pit lane is very, very long. On the game at the moment is the pit lane for the Spa Endurance layout.
Yep.
So it's a big old chunk of time you're stuck in there. 20 seconds is a good margin to be in to try undercuts and overcuts and etc. etc.
Indeed. So jump to replay. Brief yellow flag for John Cotty as he's had an instant. He was waiting for the cameras to catch up, and he goes, "Oh, way too deep into the second chicane." And that's going to be a rejoin, a very safe rejoin. Puts the brakes on to stop the car before he rejoins the circuit. And back with live pictures now, going into turn 1, 2, and 3.
Excuse me. There is still a fight on for. Yeah, I mean they're not far off P3 from Chris Downing, but Dave Woods, Anton Semenga, and Alfie Bevan all wanting to get back up into that place. Alfie trying to recover after that little off at the hairpin.
Yes, indeed. He's going to be kicking himself for that, I'm sure. But the admin battle continues between Ben Brown and Angela Scotty.
It's very close to the Lexus. Is right under the rear wing of the. I wanted to say Mondeo there, but no, it's the Mustang, and they're very different Fords, those.
Brilliant. It is the Mustang, a Mondeo. Maybe the touring cars, but I'll be very surprised if Ford release a GT3 Mondeo.
I would love them to. It would be funny. The only thing they could do that would be funnier than the Mustang.
Yeah, pretty much. As we see a couple of yellow flags come up, actually, is Fran Dorick and Charlie Morgan. I'm going to see what's happened.
That's
So we're following the car 27 of Morgan into the wall. That is not going to help his cause in the slightest. And let's see what Dorick's done. Well, he has lost his rear ring, and he's got 3 wheels.
He's lost his front left.
Oh, this is how they've done it. Going to what, the second chicane. Has he done a Sergio Perez? Oh. He's lost his wheel there. He's lost his rear wing at some point. You want to stick with his replay, just see if we can figure out what's happened to it. He's continuing to think he's got all 4 wheels. And I think he gets onto the brakes, realises, hold on a minute, that's not going to work. Goes in rearwards and cracks the rear of the car. I did not realise he only has 3 wheels on the car.
It'll take him a second to. Yeah, but fair play. He's made it back to the pits. He's coming in for repairs. That will be a long old repair job.
He'll be watching this back and going, how in the world did that happen? And he'll realise that he's lost a wheel.
Yeah, there'll be suspension damage and the replacement rear wing.
With all sorts on that car.
But repairs, he can get back out there. And he'll still take at the probably at the very least P25. Well,
props to him. If they didn't realise they didn't have a front wheel, then props for getting back to the pit lane.
That's what we want to see from our drivers. If you get damaged and the car's still going, get back to the pits, get repaired, get back out. It's the
3 wheels on the car. It's brilliant. Fair play to him. Ben Brown still hunting down Scotty for 7th. Oh, that's a wobble from the Lexus.
A wobble from a Lexus? Never.
Never. Who knew? Most notably, Chris Downing catching.
Is he not far behind Aidan Carter?
No. Dave Wood and Anton Semenga not far from each other either for 4th and 5th. That's a separate battle.
Alfie Bevan not far from them either.
No, exactly. So 4th, 5th and 6th getting together.
Clear them and try and get back after Chris Downing.
Absolutely. There's a couple of other yellow flags. Viscain and Tim Bob have had separate incidents, and they are both get going again. We will just stick with this just to see how close Swiss Downing can get. Pit stops. What am I saying? Pit stops will be following very, very soon. Maybe even the next 10 minutes or so. But it leaves Chris Downing here the ability to catch Carter, who's obviously, as we said prior, is deciding to fuel save.
Let's do my patented virtual energy check. Andrea Malvone is 21%. Aidan Carter at 24% and not far behind. So when Malvone comes in, you've got to think Aidan Carter's thinking overcut.
Interesting.
But Downing is at 22%.
Okay.
In the BMW, so he's got a couple percent less than Aidan Carter. Dave Wood behind them. God knows, because I can't read the Ferrari's dash. See if I can find it. Bear with.
Oh, whilst you find that out, we just want to see a replay of Tim Bob and see what's happened to them as the game loads the replay, and the camera will eventually work. He's going up into the third chicane of the circuit. Oh, that's a lot of curb, and thankfully it doesn't carry too much momentum and hit the wall, and does just rejoin in a safe manner.
Nope, as is typical of Ferrari engineering, can't tell the damn. Not got the VA displayed on it. Tamenga at 21% behind them. So you've got to think that they're probably comparable.
Yeah. Comparable. Fancy word, Ben.
And finally, it's Alfie Bevan, who I can't tell either because the Lamborghini doesn't display the VE. Tamenga's round and in the wall.
Oh, that's big. There's another car following him. That's 27 of a lapped car. That is Charlie Morgan spinning in the same place he spun previously, bless him. Let's see what's happened with Tamenga, shall we? Let's go to a replay and see if we can figure it out or not. Too much right foot. Yep, and then
Andy Hearn for the lap position.
Oh, right. Let's see what's happened with Chris Downing, because the move's been made. Carter's made past Downing.
No, Carter was already past Downing.
Oh, was he? Ignore me.
Downing's chasing down Carter.
Ignore me. It's fine.
But Downing on 17% VE, Carter on 19%.
Okay.
A couple of... Let's watch the... I don't think... watch the rejoin.
Charlie Morgan.
That was Frank Verbeek.
Oh, was that Frank? Stand corrected.
Yeah, sorry, I've got the labels on. You're not able to put them on.
You know what? Charlie Morgan and Frank Verbeek got the same car and the same number. So
this is one of the things with LMU. You have a lot of similar looking cars because we only got custom liveries about a week ago.
Yes, indeed.
Big snap of opposite lock for Aidan Carter as he came out of Aquamilla Rally.
It did.
He's having to push now. He can't afford to fuel save, not with Downing right behind him.
No, he can't. So he's going to try and extend that gap a little bit and force Downing to follow. Another yellow flag. It's Max Farrell. Let's just see what's happened with Max. As we go to a replay. Oh, cameras. Jesus Christ. Catch up, would you? Another BMW in some form of action, but that's too much right foot. He's going to find the barrier. He is. Oh. He still has the engine. And he's still got all four wheels.
Engine after that hit.
Yeah, very much so. He's continuing, but he's making way for the leaders. As car 46 is going to continue. Up at the top, what's the leader doing? Malvone going on for another lap. They still have time. They still have energy, but Tamenga electing to go to the pits. And that is because potentially of that spin they had only a lap or two ago. Oh, there's a car accident. Contact in the pit lane is turned on, so you can inadvertently shunt each other.
I will say there are championship implications going on with what we're seeing at the moment. Aiden Carter is second in the championship, only 11 points off Alfie Bevan, and is currently taking about 7 points off him. They will put him right in Alfie's back pocket on the way into the last race of the season next week.
Yes, absolutely. One more week to go after this, and all still to play for this first of the 2 LMU seasons we have here on oNiD, being the GT3 festival and 3 LMU seasons, should I say?
3, yep. We have the 100 season on
Sunday night.
Sundays. We have the GT3 festival on Mondays, and we have the SimHound Academy on Wednesdays.
Indeed, we do. For now, Aiden Carter's still going. Malvona, I also believe, is still going as well. It's now extended that gap to near enough 11 seconds over Aiden Carter.
Yep, but he is now under 10% VE. Aiden is at 12%. Malvona's burning energy. He's desperately trying to put spacing between himself and Aiden Carter.
Recognise the threat from the overcut.
He's got to, surely. Let's have a look. Last lap, lap 25, 145.6 for Aiden, 145.2 for Malvona. It's not. He's not exactly pulling away, despite having burned all that extra fuel.
No. We'll keep an eye on it, because pit stops will be coming very, very shortly, as we're actually seeing some pit stops. Reinhardt in 9th position elected to go to the pits, and indeed they do. But the battle for second and third still brewing. It's just a matter of who's going to blink first.
Let's see. My phone realistically has to be in this lap. It's a lot. It's a big fuel burn at max pace around this lap. So does he go? No, he carries on. Can maybe get one more out of it. He have to be at the end of the next lap. There's no way he can do 2.
No. Second and third elect to continue as well. There's going to be the end of next lap. End of this lap, should I say, for the leader. And it will be end of this lap for second and third to come across the line. I don't think Carter's got enough energy to in the undercut. Oh, Dave Wood's in the pits, P4. That's the first of the top runners to go.
Yeah, you can get this done. Let's see if I can use this to spot where they have the virtual energy on the dash. Nope, can't tell. Doesn't display it on there. That's great UI design from Ferrari there.
Brilliant, this is it. Absolutely wonderful. As there's a car off, that's 27 again, of either Charlie Morgan or Frank Vivek.
Well, let's have a look. I'm not sure. They're both in around the same place on track.
Yeah.
So it's
there's nothing to separate them. Huzzah!
Dave Woods has finished his stop and will be out again in P8. About 10 seconds off the back of Nick Manders.
Potentially Simon Harris let's come to the pits. That was... Who was that off circuit? It's Petr Genelec. Let's see what happened with Petr. Oh, too much right foot. Holds the brakes, but takes a clout on the wall.
We're getting a little punchy with that throttle pedal, and it comes back to haunt them.
Indeed it does. Right, leaders in the pits. Now
Yeah, that was forced. He didn't have enough fuel to do another lap.
And Carter's not going to get the overcut. It's second and third follow into the pits, and all get the pit stops done at the same time. It's going to be battle of the pits. Who's got damage?
Will have to take less fuel though.
Yeah, exactly. So who's gonna be in the pit box for longer. It is going to be a question of who's going to do what. And also Alfie Beaver in the pit as well, P4.
Malvone's down off the jacks and moving. Malvone went up to 49% virtual. Carter up to 46.
The gap's not really changed, sadly, so that strategy for Aiden not really working out.
I'm not. Let's have a look.
I don't know.
Yeah, Malvone's getting up to speed, but we've seen he burns more energy than Aiden's. Aiden's taken less fuel as well. Charlie has done his engine apparently.
No. He has indeed.
Dave will do a drive-through.
Oh, okay, things are happening now. Right, we'll see what's happened with Morgan. I can tell you, I have got a replay for him. You might find an answer to what's happened to him with his engine. Off the circuit there. He had another off? Has he just blown his engine from doing something?
That sounds familiar, doesn't it, Aiden?
Would it?
Except you went down to neutral and tried to go into first at 8,000.
Would it? Tim Bob also into the pits now, so we're seeing all the pit stops now coming in for drivers to get the last little splash and dash.
Oh, Nick Manders with a stop-go.
Oh, that's not good. And now Ben Brown not having pitted, but he's now fighting the lead. Andrew Scotty, these guys still have to pit. And indeed they'll do so and lose the net race lead. But I was looking interested for a minute. Actual battle for maybe a little bit of a impromptu race lead. Malvone will retake the lead as these guys go into the pits. And normal order will resume.
I think Aiden has actually gained time on Malvone, but I don't think it's enough that he's going to be able to catch up.
Well, let's see what happens as they all come across the line. You will get an updated gap ever so shortly. What's the time total left again? Just 7 seconds.
Yeah, 7 seconds. They went in and he was 16. It was about 11 seconds behind.
It's gained 4
seconds.
seconds.
About 4 seconds through the pits.
And we may just see him coming. There they are in the screenshot as we follow the leader.
And he's already gained net fuel on Malvone.
Yeah.
Had about a 5% deficit. It's now only a 2% deficit.
Yeah. But he's got to close that gap. 7 seconds.
I mean, they will both be fueled to the end.
That's will.
No great shakes.
It's just a matter of who can do the quickest lap time, especially going through traffic as well, which will play a part in the dying moments of this race.
And if my timing app ever decides to work, let's have a look. That's both out laps, so it's. But Aiden Carter gained a couple of attempts on the out lap. That's not matter. It's going to be this first lap when we really see, and Aiden is gaining time.
He is. I was just seeing that Petr Janelek and Nick Manders pit at the same time, both from fighting for position. They're going to leave pit lane once again, fighting for position. Not much between them as they do their pit stop. Half a second found, indeed, at the very least, in that lap between Carter and Malvone. There is, however, a yellow flag, and so waiting to see what the time tower tells me or who it is. It's Jarrett Page, who's he's off in the wall.
I mean, I'm impressed Jarrett Page is even in the race.
That's a very good point. And that's final turn. Wonderful. But it was final turn shenanigans. He actually avoids the wall. Bungs into reverse. And then is able to rejoin. But yeah, well, fair enough. The game actually let him back in after having that disconnect issue. So, fair play. Coming to finish off the race. We'll give him that. Down in 25th as it stands. Only other driver behind him is Zach Silver, who is disconnected, so he is net last sadly because he's We don't need to worry about him being last. It's fine. He's continuing. That's what we like. That's what we ask these guys to do. Just under 14 minutes to go, and it is Malvern who leads the way from Carter to Downing to Bevan to Scotty to Brown to Woods to Menga to Reinhardt to Harris is your top 10 as it stands. Everyone's relatively spread out now. The closest battle we have actually is Axel and Manders, who's only about 0.7 seconds between each other.
Still a bit of a race going on there, but Nick Manders is looking racing. We know he likes this Lamborghini as well. We saw last week when he was fighting hard to try and get a podium position.
He was indeed. He'll continue to do so. He'll continue to try. But at the moment, it looks like Manders may have the a bit of handiness, on him. Sorry, I stand corrected. Manders, Anton having a bit of handiness on him, should I say, in the Ferrari, the car ahead, not the car behind.
Not sure. Nick closed up in a big way out of Tamburello there.
Oh, he did, actually. That's a good point.
That's a cool look up the inside, doesn't make the move.
Well, can't make a move into the second chicane. Goes round the hairpin now, puts a power down. However, nowhere near close enough. You can make a move alongside into this left-hander. You have to be very committed though. You have to have a run, be already alongside. But we'll have to just bide his time and see if we can wait for another opportunity. Now we have a bit of... let's jump on board.
Ooh, why not? Let's have a look and see from the inside. As that gorgeous Hurricane GT3 tries to track down that Ferrari.
Absolutely.
He's not far off. He's going to be getting the slipstream. It's going to be how good a run is he able to get down to Tamburello. Little bit of counter steer through Toza 1. Nice and calm through the second Toza. Not quite there yet.
Not.
Definitely getting the draft, but it's not carrying through the inside. Some defended hard, but outbreaks himself.
That's not going to help his cause, and he's going to have a run into the next corner, and he's actually got the move done already.
Able to absolutely pick him off there. Axon was having to slow down a big way, make sure his rejoin was safe.
Yep, so that's Manders' position gained. Maybe a bit of a mind punt there, shall we say.
It wasn't contact from what I could see, but he was. But I think Axel just came across the defend, was looking a bit too far behind, and missed his brake forward on the way forward.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see if that Ferrari can get a pack past. It looks like Nick Manders actually managing to pull a gap as they go through Acrominerale. Oh, no, never mind. That's a wobble going back uphill, and actually puts the Ferrari back into a bit of contention again to try and get into the slipstream.
Yeah, and the Ferrari trying to chase back that place back down, but just nothing quite doing yet. And that Lamborghini's looking very composed.
Yeah, it is indeed. It's going to try and get that gap a bit more bigger. I think your parrot in the background is also agreeing with us.
Yeah.
It's alright, it's fine, it's all good. As we have a guest commentator for the evening. I think Axel not giving it up, half a second gap, but it's not a playing ball in the slightest, is it really? That Ferrari, it's staying in slipstream, but it doesn't have the grunt to get past. It actually goes quite deep into the first couple of corners. Takes a lot of cab. That might be a track limit warning, and maybe a bit of momentum lost.
There's a battle trying to form for P4 here. Angela Scotti and Ben Brown are chasing down Alfie Bevan in the Lamborghini, who's dropped a long way back from Chris Downing after the pits. I don't know what happened there because we saw them come in around the same time.
Yep, indeed they did. I haven't got anything to show my replay to show that Alfie has been involved in an incident.
What if he just got his pits wrong? What if he took tyres?
I do wonder. I do wonder. Let me just double check. His pit stop time, I'm just looking at my graphic, or some information I have on my end. In the pit lane, I don't know if it's combined or in the pit box completely, but 57.1 seconds.
Yeah, that sounds like tyres as well.
Indeed it is. So Alfie electing to get a fresh set of rubber on the full four wheels. Maybe cost him a bit of a higher up position, but I mean, Scotty's not that far behind.
Yeah, he's not. It's not out of it yet. They've got the lap car of Luke Labs between them, but no, but nothing doing yet. Still a couple of seconds off, and Alfie is pushing onwards, but he's coming across lap traffic in a bad spot here.
He is. Another yellow flag. That was for Jarrett Page, who's had another incident, sadly. We'll just stick with this for a little while just to see if anything develops, but I think Alfie's going to have to deal with this car. And we'll get and that car will get out of the way very shortly, hopefully, and trying to figure out who that is, actually.
That's Tim Bob ahead.
And Tim,
goes to the outside on the run down to toes and lets Alfie through.
Yeah, now, I think I just spotted... Oh, Tim Bob has an off.
Yeah, that went a bit wrong. Oh, that was a rejointed.
Oh.
It dies for the pits.
It does.
I think that's a big damage.
Oh, let's see as you come past where it is. Oh, that car. Oh, yeah, that car's skidding. I think he might have lost the front wheel as well. Like, very similar to another McLaren.
Yeah, front wheel. Front left gone.
Oh dear. That was also another incident for Jarrett Page, and we'll see what's happened with Jarrett. He's holding it out. And, oh, that's mighty. Oh, that's massive. Ooh. It gets going again, but he was doing so many pirouettes, the Swan Lake Ballet Company would be jealous.
Yeah, I think he is going to have... I know it's only a few minutes to the finish, but I think realistically he's going to have to pit to get that repaired. It's not looking drivable at the moment.
Chris Downing's had a spin. I'm just going to try and get to him. He's saying he's had a yellow flag and then had an incident. I'm just going to see what's happened here. It's shown as a yellow flag for Chris Downing. I'm not sure if he's had a little spin or a bigger incident. Out coming Riley, in he goes. Oh, he's had a spin. He's had a proper spin. He's able just to keep it going, which is absolutely fine. But Downing's extended that gap to Aidan Carter and Alfie Beaver, and that gap looks a little bit closer, but Alfie's dropped time as well.
Alfie's still 17 seconds off the back. He's been navigating through a big pile of lap traffic.
Has indeed. And just there's a couple of more yellow flags. It's Dave Wood and Petr who's come a cropper.
It would have taken a loss out of Downing's tyre, that one.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's just going to be limping back, hoping to retain that third position. And Alfie, to be fair, isn't really matching him. In fact, Scotty's closed the gap a lot more than since we last saw. 1.7 seconds now between fourth and fifth. That's going to be interesting, and see what's happening with them.
Alfie really can't afford to drop too many points. It's already going to come down to last, really, whoever finishes ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll just quickly see what happened to Petr as the replay shows us. Oh, he goes wide going through the exit of the second chicane. Doesn't hit the wall or anything, but maybe more damage to his pride more than anything. but is able to keep on going. And also Dave Wood having a little bit of a whoopsie daisy. Let's just see what's happened to him as he goes through the final turn. Too much right foot. Yep. We've seen it happen on multiple occasions. He doesn't keep out the wall. Cuts the wall for good measure.
It will take massive chunks of rubber off them.
Yep, absolutely.
Spins are no longer something you can afford in a GT3 on this game.
No, not in the slightest. We will just have a look at Aiden Carter closing the gap, but not enough. With only 3 minutes to go, or just over 3 minutes.
Pulled it down by 2 seconds, but there's still 5 of them to go, and it's just not going to be enough. He needs Malvern to make a mistake, and there's no indications of that happening.
No, valiant effort from Aiden, just too little too late. That fuel saving, maybe... Oh?
Andrea is coming up behind 2 lapped cars. And they look to be in their own fight. Wait until I get the labels. So it's Alan Axon and Nick Manders, who are very much in their own fight. And they are not obligated to get out of the way for the lapped car trying to get through. They're in their own battle.
Don't
and
write
it's
this
4
off.
position and 4 points.
Let's not write this off yet, folks. Traffic may play a role. It'll just be defined, or this race and battle will be defined on the fact of how Malvern can get past these cars. 2 laps to go, inclusive of this one.
You can see him up ahead. He is tantalisingly close to to his fellow Corvettes. He's making time as well, but it's not enough.
Nope, sadly not. I think these lap cars will won't be an issue this lap, but maybe next lap on the final lap will become an issue. But Malvern maybe just holding off a little bit, knowing he's got a 4.5 second gap.
I think he's just managing that gap back to the cars ahead there. Doesn't want to get into a tussle with them this close to the end of the race.
Can't say I blame him.
Through the chicane. Is that?
Possibly.
He's closing up on them. Aiden Carter is closing up on him. He's taken about 2 seconds out of him this lap.
How much this is Andrea just managing the pace though? That's my my question.
Hang on, let's have a look at their VE. No, Andrea's got more fuel. He's got about 4% more fuel.
Okay. That gap has come down again, but that's a car going right out of the way. Who's that going out of the way?
Jarrett Page.
Jarrett Page, yeah. So stays well out of the way of this lead battle. Not sure he was actually needing to go there.
That explains a lot. Aiden is absolutely burning fuel to try and catch up. Andrea Malvern 11% virtual energy, 8.2. And this is surely going to be the last lap.
Is the timer now ticks to 0? It's now last lap for the leaders. Now we wait. Just to see if Andrea Malvern will be hindered by these lap cars ahead of him. Again, I think he's just holding station.
Yep. Timer comes to 0. Aiden Carter is closing him down. But it's not going to be enough unless something cataclysmic happens to that lead Corvette on this lap.
Not sure it's going to. A couple more corners to go before we then announce the winner of round 7 of the GT3 Festival here on Non Ultimate. 1 left-hander down, 1 more left-hander to go. And it's all down to Malvern, who's going to navigate those last 2 corners. Absolutely lovely driving from him. And he'll go to the line. We'll say congratulations to Andrea Malvern, race winner for round 7 here on Le Mans Ultimate GT3 Festival. Carter will take a 2nd position. Chris Downing be 3rd, 5th and 6th actually quite close together on the final lap. It is Ben Brown versus Scotty for position. Downing will take 3rd, Beaver will take 4th easily, but the gap is closed for the Lexus and the Mustang. 2 of the bulkiest cars on the circuits are fighting out for what is that 5th and 6th position. I think.
Yeah.
Scotty's
Don't think
just
Ben's
got it.
quite gonna have enough. Pops out, but not enough space to make it through. Crosses the line. 2 tenths behind Scotty.
Good stuff. It'll then be Simon Harris was in the battle. We jumped to him for 11th and 12th position. He runs wide through the middle sector. That's not going to do it. It'll be then David Temenga to see the checker flag in 8th position. The gaps are relatively large, which is quite a spread out field. Comes to the line, it does Temenga 8th position. Reinhardt will be in 9th. I think it was a bit of a weave. He comes to the line, why not? That will be 10th for the Commanders with that 11th position from Alan Axel. Not too far behind actually. It's a car getting out of the way that's going to stay predictable. It's going to be 10th, 11th and 12th for Manders, Axon and Harris. I believe Hopsev Nazarian has already seen the checkered flag for the faster lap cars. I believe that is...
Everyone is across. Max Farrell, the last man to cross the line.
Indeed it is. Let's have a look at the race results. It is Malvern that takes the lead after 37 laps, from Carter to Downing to Alfie Bevan to Scotty to Brown to Wood to Menga, Reinhardt and Manders. Your top 10 from round 7. Axon 11th, Harris 12th, Lazarian 13th, Janek 14th, Ashford 15th, Fuscan 16th, Hearn 17th, Badage 18th, Frankfurt 19th, John Cotty in 20th. Then Luke Labs, Derek, Bob, Farrell, Page, Morgan Silver and Townsend for your last 8 positions on the grid. Oh. And now we can breathe.
We can indeed breathe. That was a great race between these guys.
Indeed it was. Battles up and down the grid, and it only really died down towards the end of the race there, didn't really, Ben? It was we had action continuously up and down the field. We weren't short of something to talk about.
Yeah, lots of great racing between the guys. I'm for the server to close, because then I can import the results and we can see just what the champion... There we go. And we can see just what the championship gap will be going into the last race.
Well, that would be cool to see.
There we go. Okay. This one. And hit refresh. There we go. Alfie Bevan, 365 points at the top of the standings. Aidan Carter, 363.
3 points in.
And on the scoring, the gap between a first and a second is 6 points.
Oh, 6 points.
There's no 2-point gaps anywhere anywhere in the field, from what I can tell.
Oh.
If it will be whoever finishes ahead next week will get the championship.
Wonderful stuff. Round 8. The final round. We're on the penultimate week already in Season 3. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it, Ben? As we have one more race to go for the GT3 Championship. It will be at Le Mans for the final round next week, same time, same place. Streams are happening this week as well. Tomorrow we'll be live for the JCW Mini World Championship. That will be Mini Coopers around the track of
Sonoma
NASCAR. I wanted to say Daytona Road, but I knew it wasn't right. Sonoma NASCAR. So we'll see those minis go at it. One make racing for a Saturday course for the Tuesday night. Wednesday, as we said earlier on, back with LMU for the Hound Academy. Thursday, back with what you see on your screens now, a little snippet of the oNiD 4 Championship with these open wheel racing on iRacing. Myself and Scotty will bring you all the action from that round on Thursday. Forgive me, I can't remember where it is. We just had Silverstone. We're at one more British track for this week, and then we finale in Spa next week.
Not the man to watch on this one.
I do most of the streams, so I can't even remember where we are for each week. It's rather embarrassing.
There was a moment. Right. Entry British F4 is this week will be the finale. Is Brands Hatch GP.
Brands Hatch GP for this week, so the long circuit at Brands Hatch, not just the Indy circuit, we get all the infield and the outfield circuits as well. And then next week for that will be the Spa finale, following suit with the British Open Wheel Formula 4 series. They do see an international race every now and again, and Spa will be the one next week. But Thursday, be tuning in for that race at Brands Hatch GP. And then we're back live for the oNiD 100 series on Sunday night for Le Mans Ultimate. Multi-class racing there as well. Yes. And Ben, you know what I'm going to ask?
Yeah, that was a minute. I did not have the calendar to hand. It is the 100 series. It will be round 7. And that is also a Spa.
Double help in a Spa. Fan dabby dozy.
In line with the Spa 24 hours as well. So
yes.
It's all worked out. It's almost
yes.
We plan these things.
Huzzah, who knew? Is that this weekend?
It is, yes.
Oh boy. I'm going to try and watch that. Apart from that, folks, it is evening over for the GT3 Festival. Only one more week to go. It's all to play for in the lead battle. We'll be able to decide our championship winner next week at Le Mans here on Twitch. Monday night, starting live at around the 7:30 mark. Folks, thank you so much for your viewership, your support. We hope to see you all very, very soon. And don't worry, if you don't want to miss out on our next season announcement, get onto Discord, discord.gg/oNiD Community Racing. Pop that into your web browser. Come and say hi, come and join the community, and keep an eye out for Season 4 to be announced somewhat soon. Take care, folks. Have a wonderful evening. See you next week, and see you again live tomorrow.